4 to overcome. The bag of self-pity will weigh you down. The bag of bitterness will kill your soul. And then the bag of loneliness will isolate you. See, that's a bag that we need to drop. Again, I don't believe this for a second is a singles issue. I believe this is an issue of our society today. We're walking around with more ability to quote unquote connect than ever before, and yet never more lonely than we are right now. We sit together at a coffee. I watch people, I'm guilty of it myself, and we're looking down at our tablets instead of talking to one another, and then we wonder why we go home and we feel lonely. And listen, single people, it is a lie if you believe that you are more prone to loneliness than others. It is a condition that everyone is dealing with today. I'm telling you, I have learned in my life that loneliness is God's call to our hearts to come to Him. It is His way to woo us to Him. In Hosea 2, He says that He allures us and puts us in the wilderness, and then He cries to us, and it's like He uses the place of trouble to give us hope. And some of you, in your loneliness, you've got to start saying, God, I'm feeling lonely. Acknowledge it. There's no shame in it. For years, I used to be ashamed to say that I was lonely. What's up with that? It was like something weaker. Guys, I feel bad for guys who admit that they're lonely, because I think our culture has made it seem as if it's a shameful thing to say that you're lonely, like you're not strong enough. But there's strength in admitting where you are, but then not looking to people to fill that loneliness, but looking to God Almighty. And you know that He's promised to never leave you nor forsake you. In Hebrews 13, all over the Psalms, you hear the prayers of David. Boy, Joseph was alone in prison for Moses, 40 years in the wilderness, alone with a bunch of sheep. And yet God was able to deal with him, prepare him to become the leader of the Jewish people out of the bondage of Egypt over to the promised land. And how many of you, God is waiting to minister to you in your loneliness? If you would just stop believing the lies that you're all alone, you're never alone.